Good evening, my friends. Buenas noches. I'm sorry I couldn't be home with you tonight to celebrate our progress in person, but I know you're in great hands with Jennifer Chrysler and Alan Bernstein. Thank you so much for shining the spotlight on our fight for equality for LGBT families. The Family Equality Council has worked so hard on behalf of millions of LGBT parents across America. As your Labor Secretary, I was proud to clarify that the Family Medical Leave Act applies to loving families with two mothers or two fathers. It was long overdue. Your families are American families, and you're entitled to the same 12 weeks of protected leave as any other family to care for your kids. No matter what your state's laws are on adoption, this is what we believe. If you act like a parent, do the work of a parent, and raise a child like a parent, then you are a parent as far as the FMLA is concerned. I serve in an administration that understands that sexual orientation and gender identity have nothing to do with providing a nurturing home for our kids. I'm honored to be the first Latina Secretary of Labor appointed by our first African American president. Under this president, for the first time, we've sent a message across this country that hate crimes will not be tolerated. That's because we passed the first federal civil rights legislation with the words sexual orientation and gender identity. I'm proud we have a president who has used the bully pulpit to take on the bullies in our schools. Barack Obama is the first president to look into the camera and tell millions of LGBT and questioning youth not to give up, not to give in, and to speak up if they are being bullied. Because they are special, we are here for them, and it does get better. For the first time, we've told our hospitals that if you want Medicare and Medicaid funds, you will not separate same-sex couples when they need each other the most. For the first time, gays and lesbians can now serve openly in the United States military. Because let's face it, you don't have to be straight to shoot straight. Now when we defend America, we're defending the right of our soldiers to love openly and without fear, without persecution, and without shame. I know there's still more work to be done. I know job creation and job security are critically important to LGBT families. Last spring, I issued an order to change my department's EEO policy to add gender identity as a protected category. I did it because it was the right thing to do, because no one should be denied a job or promotion because of their gender identity or how they choose to express it. In too many states, LGBT workers can still be legally fired because of who they are. I know the tremendous value that LGBT workers bring. You're represented at every level of my agency, including senior management. And here's what I believe with all my heart. Congress should pass an Inclusive Employment Non-Discrimination Act. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, but right now. Our economic recovery has been tough on America's working families, and LGBT families are no different. Here's my promise to you. I'm going to keep fighting for you, I'm going to keep working to create good-paying jobs, and I'm going to keep carrying the torch for equality. You have a great friend, un gran amiga, at the Department of Labor. Together, we're going to keep working until our dream of full equality comes true. Thank you for all that you do. Please keep up the great work. Muchísimas gracias.